Hello, good evening, and welcome to biology. My name is Daniel Baumhardt, and I'd like to go over a few of the course overview here on Curriculum Night in terms of what the kids are going to be learning about, expectations for student involvement, and how they can get help throughout the year. Coming into high school, especially now out of junior high and the experience with the remote and hybrid and some in person, some not in person. There's a lot of new challenges to try to get the kids adjusted back to full in-person learning. Support here and encouragement from you at home is going to be absolutely instrumental to having the kids achieve at their highest potential. So, I think the students also are trying to adopt a positive attitude and trying to give their all during class, getting organized, working hard while they're here, and then participating in all that biology has to offer is going to lead to their successes. In terms of the course content, you've sort of seen the course expectations in the lab safety contract where we highlighted materials and expectations, and the grading scale. But our class, is really going to break down into two major categories in terms of workload. The day-to-day work and assignments, labs and projects, class activities and participation counts for 40%. And then the remaining 60% will come from assessments, quizzes, and chapter tests. We'll also have a summative semester exam that'll factor into the assessment portion, which is a summary of everything they've kind of worked on throughout the semester's time, both first and second semester. So far this year, we've been establishing classroom norms. What does group collaborative learning look like? Getting to know the students, collecting some information back on them to help develop deep relationships, having them get to know each other through some icebreaker activities. And before we really move into the content, we just started going into content today, and we started off by just doing a little scientific method review, and that's going to be our first unit of study. But then beyond that, the rest of the first semester looks like this: biosphere, ecosystems, populations, our ecology unit, biodiversity, ecosystem resilience. That'll take us through October, and then we have a little biochemistry, cell structure and function, along with photosynthesis and cell rest. That'll conclude semester one at the end of December. We'll take a semester exam on that info. We'll come back in January, continue with cell growth and division, meiosis, units on genetics and DNA, and then end the year with some evolution. Again, culminating with a summative semester exam in May, covering that semester two material. So the kids are off to a great start. We got them set up with, Google Classroom. We got them into the textbook today, and got them rolling. So student expectations, obviously being prepared to participate in all aspects of class. Having an idea of giving your best self to produce your best work. We know there's ups and downs. We want all the kids to try to come in and give their best effort on a day-to-day basis. In doing so, that means doing all the assigned work and staying organized. So using some sort of planner to keep down written work and know what the assignments and the due dates are. When they come into class, I have an agenda posted, I have the due dates, and I have the homework listed. Having them work to develop good study habits and prepare for tests and quizzes. Kind of getting back in the fold with that. Last year was a little bit more flexible in terms of time and the length of the day, but, getting organized and really budgeting your time is absolutely essential to getting off to a great start. So using that planner, making sure they complete all the notes, do the prep work the night before for any labs or quizzes. If they happen to be gone, that they check Google Classroom quite a bit, that they check their email. I have a student calendar posted that has the work for the day. And they can also, ask questions, come in for help, be proactive, email me, if they're falling behind or they're not getting something or they were gone for a little bit. I want to get them caught up so that we don't have major gaps in their learning and their understanding of the content. Google Classroom is very straightforward. I think the students have used this before in junior high, surveying everybody there. They're very familiar with it. They'll click on the biology class. Under here is the classwork. Unlike last year where we were remote and we did a lot of virtual stuff, we're going to still give a lot of paperwork in class, but there are resources, e-text, links, and things like that. If your apps, and I'm going to put work on here as well. So there's going to be information embedded via Google Classroom. like I said, today we got them set up with the online text. We use the Miller and Levine Biology, the B book. So you can see here, I've posted a couple sections already. They got paper notes in class, and they started working on some material for discussion, some activities for next week. But we'll also use a variety of digital resources as well throughout the year. We'll use Edpuzzle. We'll use some Kami docs where they have to create and draw. We'll use Padlet, which is a digital bulletin board to supplement, sort of what we're doing in class. So not everything's going to be paper, but we'll have some digital and a nice mix, I think, overall. In terms of assessment, we have them doing reviews via Quiz-Is to help prepare for chapter tests. And then the chapter tests primarily are going to be utilized on the Chromebook, and there'll be some multiple choice, some selected response items, and then a handwritten portion to culminate each of the chapters. Okay. Again, here's a sample of what our semester student calendar looks like. So day to day, I'll post what the homework is and the due date so they can reference that. And if they check classroom and they check the calendar, they'll be pretty abreast as to what they need to get done. And if not, when in doubt, they can go ahead and just shoot me an email and I'll clarify what they need to actually finish up. All right, what can be done at home? On the parental end, check their planner. See if they're writing assignments down. You'll know right away in Infinite Campus if grades are going in as missing and things is outstanding. Just reinforce that good organization. Talk to them about class. I've encouraged the kids to share what they're doing. Ask about homework and upcoming tests and quizzes. You can check out the Google Classroom page for resources as well. If they have a focused study area that's distraction free is essential. Last year with the technology and being on the Chromebook all day, it's a lot. So to get away from that a little bit is kind of a good thing as well. But having that distraction free area, checking Infinite Campus, the kids have been real good about already getting on there and looking at their grades. But you as a parent can get notifications and check their grades in real time almost. And then encourage students to get help if needed. We've got several different avenues. We have something new this year called Compass Time. We also have tutoring days. We've got email. There's lots of different ways in which students can come in to get help. And by all means, have them come see me. I'm their number one resource. And then they also can email me with any concerns. Or you as a parent can, hey, I'm seeing something in the grade book. Jim's telling me something different. Just for clarification, or feel free to shoot me a phone message as well. Be happy to clarify and just make sure everybody's staying where they need to stay in terms of biology understanding. Getting help, again, just one last little follow-up. Compass Time is Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday. It's between second and third hour. Right now it's being used to front load a lot of, kids discovering how they learn, understanding teamwork, things of that nature. Looking at also school-wide understanding of how to navigate the building, right? What does guidance offer? What does the dean's office do? Where do I go if I get an ID? So as freshmen coming in, a lot of that information is not relayed to them, but we're spending a lot of time right now doing that. But eventually in about 3 weeks time, the students will have that Compass Time to use to get homework done. Teachers can call them in to get help on particular items. They can go see certain teachers for help on items. They can make up missing work, things of that nature. It's all going to be academic. Students should come see me. I'm their number one resource. So if they're not understanding, they by all means ask me in class, outside of class, homeroom time, email. There's lots of different ways, but should try to help them figure out where the disconnect might be. They can message me through Classroom. I also am going to be using the Remind app. You as a parent will be able to access that as well. I'll send out a link for you to sign up for a parent account. So if you want updates about tests and quizzes and big projects, that's what I'll use Remind for. And then lastly, by all means, email me or shoot me a voicemail, and I'd be happy to respond to you and clarify, answer any questions that you might have regarding the class, your child's performance, something that's upcoming, a disconnect, missing work. All those good things can be just, shoot me a message. I'm real good about getting back to you within 24 hours. I know there's a lot of information sort of being presented here, but if by any means you have any questions regarding biology for this upcoming year, please let me know. I'm glad to have your child in class. I'm hoping to make it a positive experience this year. and help transition them over to being a sophomore at East Campus. So let's have a great school year, and let me know if you have any questions or concerns. All right. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.